In the heart of a dense ancient forest stood an abandoned cabin, hidden from the world by the towering trees that surrounded it. The locals whispered about its sinister past, warning anyone who dared to venture near. But curiosity got the best of four adventurous friends, Sarah, Mark, Emma, and Jack. They decided to spend a night in the cabin, thinking it would be a thrilling experience they could boast about for years to come. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a crimson glow across the forest, the friends approached the cabin. The air grew colder, and an unsettling silence enveloped the woods. They exchanged nervous glances, but their excitement overshadowed any fear. Sarah, an amateur photographer, had her camera ready to capture the eerie ambience. Mark, the jock of the group, carried a backpack filled with snacks and drinks. Emma, the brainy one, had done extensive research on the cabin's history, while Jack, the thrill-seeker, led the way. As they stepped inside, the cabin's interior seemed to swallow the daylight, and the temperature plummeted. Sarah's camera flashed, capturing the chilling aura surrounding them. They huddled around a dusty fireplace, lighting it to ward off the cold. Emma shared the cabin's story, a tale of a reclusive artist who once lived there, but rumors suggested he had delved into the occult, inviting malevolent forces into the cabin. It was said that the spirits of the forest claimed him, cursing the cabin and driving him to madness. Unfazed by the legend, Mark scoffed. Ghosts and curses. That's just a bunch of nonsense. Jack, ever eager to prove himself brave, agreed. Yeah, let's see if this place lives up to its spooky reputation. As night descended, the forest's silence intensified, broken only by the crackling fire and occasional whispers of the wind. They laughed, trying to dispel their unease. But the laughter couldn't hide the feeling that they were not alone. Sarah noticed a faint glow outside the window, a soft, ethereal light drifting through the trees. She captured it with her camera, but upon closer inspection, the photo revealed an eerie figure among the trees. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly radiance, sending shivers down her spine. "Guys, look at this," Sarah exclaimed, showing the photo to her friends. They exchanged startled glances, their skepticism wavering. Suddenly, the cabin's walls creaked, and the atmosphere grew heavy. A low, unnatural moan reverberated through the air. Emma clutched her research notes tightly, searching for an explanation, but all she found were tales of vanishing travelers and cursed grounds. As the night wore on, the friends huddled together, the fear palpable in their eyes. They heard faint footsteps on the cabin's roof, as if something were watching from above. Every creak and rustle echoed like a whisper, sending their hearts into a frenzy. Emma's voice quivered as she suggested they leave, but Jack, stubborn and prideful, refused to give in. "We can't let some silly ghost stories scare us off," he proclaimed. In an attempt to distract themselves, they played cards, but the game was interrupted by an eerie, disembodied laughter. The cards scattered as they looked around, their breaths catching in their throats. Mark's bravado faltered. "Okay, that was definitely not the wind," he admitted. As they debated their next move, the cabin's door swung open with a loud bang, revealing the forest's dark expanse outside. Fear seized them, and they rushed to close it, but an unseen force seemed to resist. "We need to get out of here," Emma pleaded, her voice trembling. With one final push, they managed to slam the door shut, but the forest had grown eerily still. The wind ceased, and even the trees seemed to hold their breath. Then came the whispers. At first, they were faint, like distant echoes, but they quickly grew louder, surrounding the cabin like a sinister caller. The words were indiscernible, yet they carried an unmistakable malevolence. Sarah's camera flashed erratically, revealing fleeting glimpses of shadows moving outside the windows. The cabin's walls seemed to close in, suffocating them in the claustrophobic darkness. As the whispers reached a deafening crescendo, a bone-chilling presence materialized before them. The figure from Sarah's photograph stood in the cabin, its ghastly eyes locking onto each of them. Frozen with terror, they could only watch as the spirit extended a spectral hand toward Jack. "No!" Sarah cried out, snapping a photo in a desperate attempt to fend off the apparition. The flash illuminated the room, and the spirit recoiled, its ethereal form waning. Seizing the opportunity, the friends rushed towards the door, fighting the oppressive forces that held them back. With one last burst of courage, they burst through the threshold and fled into the silent forest. The spirits pursued them with anguished wails, but the friends refused to look back. As they emerged from the haunted woods, the first rays of dawn broke through the darkness. The forest fell silent once more, as if the spirits had returned to their slumber. The friends vowed never to speak of the night's horrors, yet the memory haunted their dreams. From that night on, Hollow Rook Forest remained untouched, a silent testament to the unseen forces that lurked within. And the cabin stood, its walls still echoing with the faint whispers of the past, awaiting the next brave souls foolish enough to venture into its malevolent embrace. But those who once entered now warned others to stay away from the silent forest and its cursed cabin, lest they too become a haunting tale of terror.